I thought at the end of my last video, I said I was done making videos for a while. I lied. Find out what I'm talking about when you come back after the titles. Hey everybody, Anthony Dodge, Model Train Outsider, the Miracle Outsider, here again, even though I said at the end of my last video about the Railjets that it looked like I was done for a week or two. But something came in the mail that I guess I knew I was expecting, but I didn't know when I would get it. Dirk, known to most of you on YouTube as Ohio Steam and Steel, contacted me a couple of weeks ago and said that he had something that didn't work with his layout, something he had bought a long time ago when he had seen this, and he wouldn't tell me what it was. He just said, it's AC, it's digital, it should work on your system, do you want it or not? And I said, well, how much do you want? He says, it's free, I'm just giving it to you. I said, well, at free, why would I say no? And he says, I want it to be a surprise when you get it. And yeah, what a surprise. This is a couple of big firsts for me. I already opened the box and I've already run everything in. I didn't know if I would do this video or not, and I'll explain why in a minute. But let me show you what he got me here. I opened the box and I found this inside. This is mehano. Now, mehano is a Slovenian, or if you get their product before 1995, Yugoslavian company. And in my German train world, the Germans, the Austrians, Central European guys, mehano is a mixed bag. You know, most of the people in the Miracle world will say they make a couple of good things, but most of it is worthless. Little side point is the very first model train I was looking at buying when I decided to get a model train of an ICE3 was a mehano kit. And then I talked to a couple of people on a German forum, model train forum, and they said, no, do not get mehano, just avoid it. So it has a bit of a name, but over the years here, I've been watching some channels like people of Paul Bozeman from Tommy's Station, and some others, and they talk about the quality of mehano and that they make very good stuff. And as I've gone along and gotten further and further into hobby, I've met more and more people. So my opinion of mehano has always been suspect, but it definitely went from, oh, people are saying mehano's bad, to, oh, apparently mehano can make some really great stuff. Anyhow, so he sent me this. This is, and he told me a whole story. Wonderful letter I got from him, which I won't read on the air, but he gave me a little history of the locomotive itself, that this was designed to be used in Germany and Central European countries, but it didn't really catch on. I think the number he gave me was 12. 12 are actually used in Germany, and the ones that are still going are painted different liveries than this. But the train is, and I keep holding the box up and I don't talk about it, it's called the Blue Tiger. It is a Class 250, I think is the official nomenclature here, but it's official locomotive style. You can see that on the box, if I can get this on the camera, is a DE AC33C, and it's called the Blue Tiger. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of this locomotive, and I've never seen the 250 nomenclature anywhere. But Joyce and I are sitting talking, and we remember somewhere near Freiburg, I think it was, we saw a strange-looking yellow locomotive. And we assumed it was a network rail, and it was pulling some network rail things. It was a very strange-looking locomotive, but as we think about it, we think it was one of these repainted. I can't verify that, but Joyce and I both said, you know, that kind of looks like that yellow locomotive we saw in near Freiburg. So this is great. It's digital. I don't know if this is 20 years old. I was looking on the mehano site because I don't have the instruction booklet with this. I don't have the manual. I would like to open this up and clean the motor in it, and I think I see how to do it, but it's not working easily, and I'm scared I'm going to break something. So what I'm going to show you is very basics, but I've already run it in, and some things I can tell you about it, but I'll tell you about those things while you're looking at the locomotive instead of me blathering on and on here. So let me put it up on the track here and let you see. This is a great locomotive, and I'm just blown away by the gift. So here it is on line 2, and it is a very, very sharp loco. I love the livery, and it has the blue leaping tiger on the side. Very sharp. It even has a driver in it. Hopefully you can see that there. Not a lot of detailing. It is a plastic shell, but it comes in at 483 grams. So it clearly has, and I've been told to expect it, some sort of iron bar or weight in the middle there, because it definitely has a heavy weight in the middle. It is a 3-axle and 3-axle bogie, so it has 6 wheels on it on each side. It is absolutely sharp, unique. It's very different than anything else I have, and it's long. It's about 10 to 11 inches long, making it as long as my Class 320 Viba locomotive that I got last month. But just a very sharp locomotive. Now this it is digital. It has lights and sounds. And I mean, no mistaking a diesel sound there. I can't, of course, speak to accuracy or anything else there. But it is absolutely very good sound in it. And it has a couple of horn features. It's got some sort of compressor air release sound function. And there might be more. I haven't been able to discover them. Now, the lights are the issue. I actually have turned the lights on and they don't come on. What happens as it starts to roll and it starts to move, then we can see the headlights. The headlights do eventually come on. There are no taillights from what I can find, and I have no manual to know if there are. I've talked to a couple of friends who are somewhat familiar with these models, and they say, oh, it's quite possible it doesn't have taillights at this stage, depending on how old the model is. But the headlights do come on once it's rolling for a while. And that's why I want to get inside and clean it up. And just see if there's something I can fix. I just haven't been able to get inside. So this is not a criticism. This is just pointing out the situation, because this is an old model that has not been used in a long, long time. So I want to get inside this and see what I can do with it. But as I'm doing this video, I haven't been able to get inside. So if I were to tip this over, it looks like there's a series of clips, and maybe you can see them right there. This looks like this is where it clips in, here and here. There's no screws that I have seen. And so it looks like you take the blue cab covers off, and then you clip these out. But I've been trying to do it gently, and I just feel like I'm going to break it if I'm not careful. So I will try to work on that some more. This is just an amazing model. I'm thrilled with it. I've run it in, and it's a little noisy, but it ran smoothly. And to be honest, I've already run it up the incline.
So, and it handled the incline nicely. It does just have areas, regardless of where it goes, where it kind of slows down a bit, but the engine needs just a little bit of cleaning and tuning up. And once I can figure out how to get inside that shell, I'll do it, and maybe I'll do a follow-up video. But I wanted to share this because this is an amazing gift. I am not here. This is not a review. I never officially do reviews. I just wanted to show this model because it's an amazing gift. I am blown away that somebody would want to give this to me. This is an amazing quality. And it's also my first mehano locomotive. And this is a great start. If this is a representation of Mehano's quality, I have been misinformed by many people. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the sound back on and the lights back on, and we'll just watch it do a little bit of a loop around. It does have an immediate startup. Nicely. I wish my layout were in a state where it would really be able to highlight itself in some great background, but it is what it is. But maybe you can hear just a little bit of that, the motor. And look for those two little sponge strips where right there, that's where the incline begins. And as you can see, no slowdown. Absolutely brilliant. And I can't wait to put some freight behind this and let it run. Lose it behind the check rail jet, but and I don't know if you saw, but the headlights are just slowly starting to come on.
All right, so what are my first impressions of this? This is brilliant. Okay, yeah, it doesn't have a lot of functions, but I am not here to talk about that the way I do in many first impressions. This was a gift, and I am blown away. Mehano actually still makes this model. They still produce it. And I have gone to the Mehano site, and I've written them a letter saying, do you have old manuals? Because there's nothing, if I go to the Miraklin site, for most Miraklin models, I can get downloads of their manuals. I'm not finding that on the Mehano site. So I've written them in English and asked them, do they have older manuals that I could maybe get some more ideas on exactly what to do with this and how. Because I just want to get in and clean it up. Like any model, you want to get inside and clean it up, especially if it's older model and it hasn't been run in a while. I think I can clean a lot of things, and maybe I can even work out the lights if I can get a breakdown of it, and just make sure what I'm seeing on how to take the shell off, because I am scared. The last thing I want to do is pry the wrong thing, especially if the plastic might be fragile, and break something and then oops, it's not useful. I'd rather have it just running like this and not mess with it than risk breaking something. But I do want to see if I can get inside and clean it up, and they're meant to be gotten inside. But as time goes by, some of these older plastics, they can become brittle, and I don't want to break it unless I know exactly what I'm doing. Then I don't want to break it then either, but I don't want to risk it until I know exactly what I'm doing. So if I can come across the manual. But this is about the gift. This is a quality model. This is just an amazing model, and that somebody says, hey, you want it? And I can't I'm blown away by it, but I've done the same thing. I've got friends that are going to watch this video where I've said, hey, I got this model. Do you want it? So, and they'll say, yeah, and I give it to them. But yet when somebody does it to me, I'm always blown away like, wow, why would somebody be this nice to me? But this is amazing. So Dirk, what a aces, I hope this is taken the right way. I'm sort of like, fool, why would you give away such an amazingly great model? And obviously it doesn't work on your system. But this is amazing. And, as I was talking to Dirk about it, we pay these things forward. I give stuff away to people, and people say, oh, you got to let me pay for it. And I says, well, you do what you want. Just in the last few months, Andy, 81E, sends me that Railpool E186, and then I go to Germany, and this guy Horst gives me, all these amazing old tin plate coaches and the little rail bus, and it just confirms my positive views. I mean, this is a great locomotive, and that's what my first impression is. This is amazing, and as somebody who has always heard distant negativity about mehano, to get a mehano that I would have never bought. I would have seen this in a catalog and say, oh, that looks cool. Oh, but it's a mehano. But now somebody's given it to me, and it's like, damn, this is a cool little model. And now I just want to get inside, clean it up a little, and do what I can. But I just wanted to share this with you guys. Not because I want to, oh, look what I got. It's more like, look at this, check this out, isn't this cool? And wasn't Dirk an amazing guy for just picking me out at random and saying, hey, I'm going to send this to you. And the fun part is, he did not tell me, as I mentioned at the beginning, he didn't tell me he was giving me this. He just said, I've got something for you. It's digital, it should run. I don't 100% know what condition it is, but it's awesome, and it's a gorgeous locomotive. I just am blown away by it, and I didn't get to film the immediate response to it, which might have been even more fun. I don't know, but as it is, I'm in front of the camera again, babbling. But this was amazing. I'm blown away by this, and so again, Dirk, thank you. And if you people are sick of seeing my face on camera, well, you can always say, Dad just got another video and skip it, because I'm going to put stuff like this up as it happens. And in this case, it did happen. And I even got something else I'm not putting a video up on. I got the third car for my Flying Scotsman. So anyhow, I've babbled on enough. I will say, auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and happy trains, everybody. Take care.